What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and in this video I'm going to tell you how you can ruin your life in 5 minutes flat. Hell, you might even be able to do it a little bit quicker than that. The underlying gist of everything that this video is going to be about is don't do any of these damn things. You know, life is all about making choices, and sometimes those choices, they're going to affect you for the rest of your life and could even ruin it. You really gotta think before you do things. And to be honest with you, I'm nobody to sit here and call the kettle black. Considering for a good majority of my life, I was making all the wrong choices and could very well have ruined the rest of my life. I'm only blessed to be able to sit here right now with one last chance to be able to do things right. And you know, some people, they don't get a second chance. I want to share with you a story that I just recently ran across. You might have already heard about this because it's pretty big in the news right now. And this story is all about ruining your damn life. Let me go ahead and introduce you to Brianna Brochu, an 18-year-old ex-college student who used to go to the University of Hartford, and she was a freshman there. It was actually during her first year of college that she was able to ruin her own damn life. In fact, didn't school just recently start? I mean, school hasn't been back in for that damn long at all, and her life is pretty messed up right now. And she's also facing some pretty serious charges. But this 18-year-old Brianna Brochu, who used to go to the University of Hartford, has just been expelled and also faces hate crimes for admitting to rubbing her bodily fluids on her black roommate's book bag and toothbrush. Girl, you are nasty. Hartford police are asking the courts to charge 18-year-old Brianna Brochu with intimidation based on bigotry and also biased after she allegedly bragged on social media about harassing her roommate. And you know, just a little tidbit to throw in right here. If you are out there doing nasty, despicable damn things, I don't think you should really be going around trying to brag about that on social media. I mean, it kind of reminds me of some of these Facebook Live videos you'll see from the Trap, where guys are showing everything that they have in those locations.
We getting money over here, man.
And then are only left to wonder a few hours later when those spots are getting kicked in. You really shouldn't be doing certain things in the first place, and if you are doing those things, you damn sure shouldn't be bragging about it on social media. Damn, how they catch us though? Ain't nobody know where we was at. Hey yo, somebody snitched on us, man. Somebody out there telling. No, dummy. You told on your own damn self when you decided you wanted to post that on Facebook. But this ex-University of Hartford student, Brianna Brochu, has been charged with smearing bodily fluids on her roommate's belongings in West Hartford, Connecticut. Good God. You know, I always used to wonder to myself, are girls nasty? I mean, I know I'm a dude, I'm kind of nasty, but it's always been a question that I've pondered and thought about many times. I mean, like, I wonder if girls are really nasty. Well, I'm not saying that all girls are nasty, but Brianna Brochu right here, this 18-year-old ex-freshman who didn't even last 3 months in college, certainly proves that there's some nasty chicks out there. Brochu was arrested on Saturday on misdemeanor charges of third-degree criminal mischief and second-degree breach of peace. My God! I've never even heard of a breach of peace charge, but that sounds pretty serious. The story gained national attention after Brochu's former roommate, freshman Chanel Jazzy Rowe, described the alleged harassment for nearly 2 hours in a Facebook Live video. The post has been viewed more than 500,000 times since it was shared on Monday. That's a lot of damn times. In the video, Rowe said that she felt unwelcome in the dorm room and that the tension alone was enough to make her seek out another roommate. During that time, she also said that she suffered from extreme throat pain for nearly a month, and campus health officials couldn't diagnose the illness. Well, I'm guessing that extreme throat pain came from what old Brianna Brochu posted that she was doing on Instagram, saying, "Finally did it. After 1.5 months of spitting in her coconut oil, putting moldy clam dip in her lotions." God, man, you a nasty girl. Rubbing used tampons on her backpack. God, I knew girls were nasty. I knew it. And putting her toothbrush in places where the sun doesn't shine, I can finally say goodbye to Jamaican Barbie. You know, again, all of this brings up that point that I made at the very beginning of this video, saying that life is all about choices. Some things that you may think are just funny or a prank could have detrimental results in the end. Can you imagine if this 18-year-old girl ends up getting charged for hate crimes because of this? Like, in all likelihood, she probably will. What might have seemed an innocent prank on her part, which I can't even understand how she could even think of this as any sort of an innocent prank. But even if that's the way, for whatever reason she was thinking that this was, there's a a good possibility this chick's on her way to prison. And I can assure you that when she gets there, she thinks she had a problem with a roommate that she had in college. Let me tell you something. She's most certainly gonna have herself a lot more problems than just this little problem that she thought she had with her roommate. Because I can assure you that with as much attention as this story's getting out here in the free world, as much national publicity as this is getting, you better bet that them girls in them prisons are hearing all about this too. And they just waiting for little 18-year-old Brianna Brochu to bring her ass to one of them prisons. She thinks she had some problems in college? She ain't seen nothing yet. And you know, no matter how this situation ends up playing out, whether this chick ends up going to prison or not, she better be praying every single night that she don't end up there. But no matter how this situation ends up, and let's just say hypothetically, she doesn't end up going to prison, you can rest assured this is gonna follow her around for the rest of her life. 18 years old, immature, dumber than a motherfucker, doing this stupid stuff because she's got a problem with somebody. She ain't never gonna be able to get past this right here. You done messed up school. You done messed up your record. I mean, you're gonna be working at Dairy Queen for the rest of your damn life. And you know, to think that all of this stemmed from the fact that you didn't like your roommate for whatever reason that you didn't? My God, there's a lot better ways to go about handling and dealing with that situation than doing this nasty, trifling stuff that she done did. I mean, I'm quite certain she could have went and talked to somebody and said, hey, look, I don't like this girl for whatever reason, I need to move dorms. I'm quite certain it would have been a really easy fix to that problem. I mean, at least then you weren't in prison. Because think about when you get there, if that's where she ends up going, you're gonna have some people up there that you most certainly ain't trying to be in the room with. And when they lock themselves at night, girl, you ain't gonna be getting no sleep up in there. I'm just trying to let you know. And you in for a rude awakening. And you know, I realized that while young, you're gonna do some dumb things. I was still doing dumb things up until the point I was 26 years old. But if I learned one thing from all of the dumb decisions and choices that I made in my life, it's that had I just taken a moment to think about what I was getting ready to do or what I was actually doing, I might have been able to prevent some of the troubles I had to deal with. I have no idea what's gonna happen to old Brianna Brochu. All I can imagine is that if she does get charged for these hate crimes, which I'm guessing she probably will considering the amount of national attention this story has received, she's gonna be doing some time in prison. But regardless, that's only my thoughts on this situation. And I really wanna hear what all of you think out there as well. Do you think it's not that big of a deal? Do you think that she definitely deserves to go to prison? Do you think what she did was absolutely disgusting and despicable? And also, do you think that girls are nasty? I'm not saying all girls now, but it's quite obvious that some certainly are, looking at what we just talked about here in this video. So, yeah, let me know. Hey, look, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you got something from it as well. And if you did, leave a like and a comment. Let me know exactly what you thought about it. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace! I had a few problems when I was at this prison because this prison was heavily ran by gangs. And white guys at this prison, they were automatic targets. It's just the way it was. The gangs, you had Bloods and Crips and MS-13 at this prison, and they ran this shit. And they also had a lot of problems with themselves. But they targeted white dudes because they felt like white guys had money and white guys were gonna just give you all their money. When I first got into the housing unit, I told this story about like how these guys ran up on me and was like, yo, what do you do? How much money do you got? I said, man, I ain't got no money. I tattoo. And as soon as I told them I tattoo, they was like, you tattoo? We ain't got no tattoo guy in here. You tattoo for real? Oh, you gonna be all right. We're gonna get you the ink. We're gonna get you the gum. We're gonna set you up. We got you a cell right here where you can tattoo at and you can live in here. But these other guys in here, they ain't living in here for free. In fact, they're giving it up as soon as they come in here. They're gonna give us their money. And some guys would come in there and they would try to break bad, go to commissary, come back with that Christmas bag and be giving it all up. I told that story here already. But I don't know if I ever mentioned how there was this one time, I'll never forget this for as long as I live. I'm walking down the boulevard because that's the little sidewalk that connects the buildings to each other. And when you're walking down this boulevard, this is the most tension-filled walk you'll ever go down in your life because you're walking with all these other buildings. And every prisoner, whatever building they're in, they're wearing a different color jumpsuit. I was wearing a yellow jumpsuit because I was in building 2, we wore yellow. But you got prisoners in building 5, they wore tan. You had prisoners in building 4, they wore blue. You had prisoners in building 3, they wore green. And like building 3, with these prisoners who wore these green jumpsuits, that building was out of control. Building 4 was out of control. Building 5 was out of control. My building and building 1 was intake. So as soon as you came to the prison, you went there, you wore burgundy. It was like a darker red color. But my building was the least crazy of all of the buildings. And I mean, I'm still having problems in this building. I'm still seeing guys get all of their stuff taken. In fact, there was a guy that got hit with a lock like a week before I got there, and this actually started a gang war at this prison. No, I'm saying that wrong. This didn't start the gang war. This happened right around the time that the gang war started. But there was this white guy in the housing unit who they were trying to take his stuff. He didn't want to give his stuff up. They walked out with a lock. They had the lock piece around their hand just like that. And they hit this guy. Boom! Hit him right in the side of the face, split his whole face open down the side, and this guy just fell out of his chair. He was watching TV when they did this. Fell out of his chair. That happened like a week or 2 before I got there. And when I got there, they're telling me that they did this. They were like, yeah, we had a white guy who came in here who was trying to act hard. And they took him out of here on a stretcher. But I'm walking down this boulevard one day, and like you're walking by these other prisoners coming from these other buildings. It looks like a bag of Skittles on the boulevard because everybody's wearing different colored jumpsuits. And as I'm walking down this boulevard, I see this guy who sees me wearing this busted pair of sneakers. I've had these sneakers for 2 years now in the jail. These sneakers look like I just got them out of a dumpster after I've been running through a coal mine. I mean, they were banged up. They weren't good sneakers. But damn, my phone's about to die. But having any shoes at prison, it's valuable because you need shoes. If you want to play basketball, if you want to work out, I mean, having a pair of sneakers makes it easier to do so. This guy sees me wearing this pair of busted sneakers, and he says to me, he says, hey, yo, man, what's up with those shoes right there? And I'm thinking, what you mean what's up with these shoes? These shoes look like they just came out the dumpster. They look like I've been working in the coal mines. What you mean what's up with these shoes? They was like, yo, what's up with those shoes? Meaning, this guy wanted my shoes. He wanted me to take my shoes off right there on the boulevard and give them to him. And I looked at this guy knowing this guy could beat me. I'm scared to death. And I looked at this guy and I said just like this. I said, these shoes, these up shoes right here, I said, you can have them, but you're going to take them off of my feet. And I told him just like that. And for whatever reason, thank God, this guy thought maybe that I was some kind of a fighter, because you can't underestimate people while you're locked up. And just because of the fact that I kind of broke bad right there, knowing damn well if this dude that's all he would have had to do. He would have just went, I've been like, here, you can have them. But yeah, he ain't take them shoes though. He ain't take them shoes off me though. Crazy story. But it happened. Joe Breaking Bad, snatching as it's called, selling wolf tickets. Nevitt says everyone's tough in jail. I mean, you don't know though. Because just like I said, had that dude cocked back on me, what if I'd have done that to him? What if he was selling wolf tickets? What if he was snatching? What if he wasn't about that life? Obviously he wasn't, because I said, yo, you ain't taking these shoes. These shoes? Take them off my feet, you could have them. That must have been the toughest I ever looked in my life, because that guy didn't try to take them shoes. He laughed. He said, all right. And that was it. Thank God. Because that would have been another story I'd be telling you guys about another fight I probably lost in prison.